A buddy of mine took me to the highest mountain in the UK, Mount Snowdon, in August, and we had backpacks on because we were camping overnight. And I thought we were just going to walk up the mountain because you can walk it up pretty simple. But he took me over this thing called Crib Gach, which is this kind of knife edge face in between 2 points of that mountain, and it's like 1,000-foot drop on either side. Now you can hold on to things, but I got to the point where I was just like, okay, I just need to focus here.
Right.
Now there's no
and
reason.
You guys weren't roped.
We weren't roped, but I mean, there's enough to hold on to, but and I just had to really focus, and there wasn't much turning back, and I was just like, wow, you could easily lose it here, and I know people have lost it and they have fallen, or I could just focus on, because 1 foot in front of the other, it was fine.
Right.
From a 1 meter standpoint, I'm like, I can do this, but it was just the consequences. But it was
Yeah, well, I just finished a book recently called Deep Survival, and it's a guy who studies calamities out in the great outdoors. Sailboats get shredded in a hurricane, climbing, river rafting, et cetera, et cetera. And you and I are the demographic of people most likely to die. Men in their 40s and 50s account for something like 90% of the drowning deaths in Hawaii, for example. And the number of drowning deaths in Hawaii actually is 100% correlated to the number of tourists who come to Hawaii. And virtually all of them are guys like us. And why is it guys like us? It's because we sort of have a little bit of we swim outside the restricted swimming area. We get ourselves into trouble, right? So exactly what you just described would have been, had you fallen and killed yourself, you would have been yet another exhibit. You would have fit the profile of this book, which is people who are skilled enough to think that they can go do things that they probably shouldn't do. It's not the professional guides who die doing this, right? But it's the people who don't turn around, who don't have the good sense to turn around. And in virtually every case, when someone gets killed, there was an opportunity to turn around where by all rights they should have turned around, and they had summit fever or something like that. So that's one of the reasons why, again, one of the ways I try to mitigate risk is I try to be humble enough to recognize my limitations, but then secondly, I know myself well enough to know that I would get summit fever, and therefore I hire experienced professionals and make sure I'm tied to them at all times. And if they say, Whitney, this has happened to me twice climbing in the Alps, where I was on a tight schedule and I had a flight home, so I had to get to the top of the mountain to make my flight 2 days later. And the guides said, I don't like the weather forecast. And I was like, come on, it looks fine. And they're like, don't like the weather forecast. Because one of the risks is the afternoon thunderstorms come in, you get hit by lightning. So these guides don't only keep you safe on the mountain. The best way they keep you safe is to not even go on the mountain at all. They keep you off the mountain when the conditions don't warrant it. And I wouldn't have known, or even if I had known, there are afternoon thunderstorms, I'll just hike fast. I'll get down before the thunderstorms. Those are the people who get killed by the lightning bolt in the afternoon.
Hi, my name is Brian Rose, and I've just wrapped filming of an exclusive video with Whitney Tilson, the American investor, author, and founder of Empire Financial Research, about some exciting investment opportunities in the electric vehicle and autonomous driving space.
When revolutionary new technologies come along, they follow an S-curve like that. And I think we're in the very early, right about to hit that inflection point with both electric and autonomous vehicles in a way that, I could see in 10 years where more than half of all the cars sold will be both electric and pretty much self-driving, if not full level 5, certainly level 4.
Whitney has been called the prophet by CNBC because of his uncanny ability to predict the future with his investment advice. And our video will not be available on YouTube or anywhere else but the link below.
It's an incredibly exciting area, and I don't think people fully appreciate how quickly it's going to happen.
Look, we've all seen the massive moves in Tesla stock recently, and yet most of us missed it. But Whitney has 5 special investment ideas that the general public have never heard of. that will allow you to take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity in the electric vehicle and autonomous driving space.
Think of the implications for auto insurance if computers are driving cars. Hopefully, 40,000, almost 40,000 Americans die every year on the roads, and many, many more injured.
The truth is, this sector is going to change everything, from energy to automotive to insurance, even saving hundreds of thousands of lives due to car accidents every single year. And because you are a London Real viewer, I've managed to get you free access to his groundbreaking special investment report through the link below.
We're rushing to finish our research and write it up and get it out because all the publicity with Tesla stock ripping is drawing attention to the whole sector, and we want to get our report out quickly so that our readers and subscribers can take advantage of some of the other stocks that investors haven't yet picked up on and haven't yet tripled, but we think have that kind of potential.
Whitney says that we should expect exponential growth in this sector, much like we saw with the introduction of the iPhone in 2007. Imagine being an investor in Apple back then. How much would you have made? So click on the link below or go to londonreal.tv/invest to watch our video and download your copy of this free report. Unfortunately, I've been limited to the number of people who can have access, so act now and get your free copy to take advantage of this incredible investment opportunity.